love seeing these luscious fields, and obviously the storyline continuing further forward. So much more to be seen. Great initial work coming out from some of the teams. Liquid making up for a bit of an uncomfortable performance in Game 1 and Game 2, but we are seeing consistent and solid results from the Knights and many other teams looking good going forward. But it's not without a couple of issues coming into this map. We'll be seeing where teams are dropping, where they're looking, and if there's anyone early on those fights. We know Vitality seem to never get any rest, and it might be the case again. We'll keep our eyes on it, and I'm sure you guys at home are waiting with bated breath. As Lee, what is the main thing for you here? What are you looking at coming into this one? Because we've seen Miramar, that's done. It's Erangel now.
And you mentioned about, obviously, Vitality and Reciprocity. Like, it's going to carry on. So far, it's not gone well for Reciprocity, in fairness.
No, it's not.
Vitality also, you know, it's put it... Look, let's face it, we saw it with Team Liquid at Face It Global Summit. You know, when you're fighting for position, it will cost you points. There's no doubt about it. And yeah, we got a long way to go, but you got to start looking at the situation thinking, there's a lot of places we can loot.
Now, this is the thing that, not frustrated me, I think that's the wrong word, but speaking of frustration, any team to the east is about to be pretty pissed.
That's a big old swing. Oh, hello, here we go.
Said he's got a nice hat on right now as well. Nice lampshade usage there. Actually, this comes into the update as well. This is one of the buildings that actually has less doors, so you'll see potential viable fights in these buildings, which I like to see. So all of the apartments, I think, had, if I'm not mistaken, 12 doors removed. So you can actually start playing it. And Jazza is very close by to Scoom, and the VSS looked good until Haxetti turned up, and Jazza just got battered.
Yeah, and Scoom got very lucky. Here's what it is. You can see. I don't think he's got any meds, does he?
No, I
mean, they've got nothing, right? So he got very, very lucky with that one. Now, Crema finds himself obviously also in a similar situation because he's upstairs from both Scoom and Haxetti. Meanwhile, Rafi and Shiv, they're going looking for Nasus because Shadow's the other side. He's on the school. He's a long way away.
Haxetti is waiting down below, and I think Crema just heard that. There's some steps being made. You do have that window to bait out of. You have options. Not too many because the bars are on most of the windows inside. So this will be a fun one.
Well, Kramer, is he going to just get the hell out of there because he's got no crossover situation? Raise your edge, of course. They've had to go further north to get into Yasnaya, which I'm somewhat surprised they got gifted this city. I think maybe that's down to a couple of teams having to readjust. But ENCE also going all the way into the north, back into Starbuck, Kameshki way for loot. That's a long rotation. They're going to be coming heavily from the blue.
Now, for me, the big thing about this is we saw that Raise Your Edge did previously in the Kickoff Cup, especially share Yasnaya. Now, they proved that they were willing to fight for it and suffer or benefit off the back of it, and they actually pushed the team out who were trying to tend for it. That's good news for them. This time, they get complete free reign. They get the lovely loot that they want. I should point out, ENCE suffered in this, though. That's the thing. I want to see how well they adjust now.
Look at this, though. 3 minutes 30. 4-man in a car. FaZe Clan not started looting yet. Just got out.
It's a little rough, isn't it?
Just gone out looting. Meanwhile, look at Team Liquid already going for center. It's going to be a big old different game, yeah.
Yeah, and here's Kramer still in a horrible situation with 3 players coming up.
What's that he's got on his back there? Oh, there we go. He's got an M16 at least, but he wants to use the Uzi up close and personal. The question is anyone going to push him? Now he's got, now he's on the roof. He's got the support. Shadow is over at school, so he's got a little bit of support now. I assume, I'm assuming he's giving him cover fire that he can need and certainly will need. For now, he's just buying himself time.
Yeah, that's pretty much the name of the game, buy time. And the thing we were saying earlier, hold on, they're going for this one. Smokes are up, though. They are in place. You can't see it as thick as they are because he's left a tiny gap on it. It's really smart, but hits the deck, gets the reload. This is sick from Kramer as long as he can pull it off, and he can't. Cannot stand up to test Rafi in the end. The AK just far superior.
Where's the cover fire? Where is the cover fire? His teammate was in trouble. Okay, Shadow gone across. He actually came across from school and went and joined NASA. So just not in position in time, it seems. Timing was the problem there. So this is where Reciprocity, they've been very confident about their abilities and what's been happening in the scrims on Erangel. But as we proved and saw, not been going quite the same way in Minas Generalis for them. Yes. So I think it's a battle that's going to keep on going for a couple of weeks yet.
Yeah, and the point you were making earlier about teams and how they like to approach things, and they sometimes they have to go so far away, like FaZe this time, have had to really suffer to get to Melt of Power. Rafi's going hunting. We know about this. We'll keep our eyes on it because I think he might have heard steps in this building, so he'll be hunting around, but I don't think he wants to do this alone. That'd be a very risky thing to do. I'm really surprised teams don't have a strong secondary drop that they'll go to on a regular basis. They're very, very adamant to fight it out. I guess in a pro league this long, you want to claim your territory. I understand that, but it's for things like where FaZe currently are going to suffer from, the likes of ENCE. I'm surprised we don't see a backup plan. Now, Rafi has breached the building. We are seeing Shiv in there as well, I think. Shadow does have a molly, and I think that's a wooden floor, so this could certainly hurt if it did go down far enough. But is there a way out up top? I don't know these buildings well enough right now. I think there's another window. There is. There should be one window they can get out of if they need, but it's still a bit of a funnel.
Yeah, I mean, they can just go on the roof as well. Obviously, it's the way they can try and get out of here, but it's a long way up. That's a crate in the middle of nowhere. That's way...
This is a crossfire, Lee. This is not easy.
That's it. Oh, the molly came out as well. Rafi had to try and pass on through it. So now he has the top. He is burning. He's being pursued. Nasus going to follow and flush that one down. So Reciprocity will lose one. So far a 2-for-1. Is he going to come around and get a peek on Scoom,
the molly
who's
cut
downstairs?
Them off. There's no trade available for Reciprocity. That was actually a really big play from Vitality to put that Molotov down to deny the trade to come in. Now Reciprocity start flooding in the players. That should have already been there. I'm surprised they didn't have that other man watching the backside. Now they're putting on their utility, and now they're making him have to consider, how do we get out of here now? How do we actually build away from this? Because we're putting all our utility into just staying alive.
Well, it's a fight that could well go on and on and on. They are outside the zone. They're going to try and push up. 3-man stack. This could go horribly wrong. One nade could finish it right here, but I don't think they've got anything left.
Oh, that's a rough angle to try and get past, though. Nasus should bait it. If he can try and bait them in to just try and focus on him and then fall off it, that's at least a knock.
Look, there's a reason that even in pub games, you don't often go for fights in these apartments because it's so hard to push these stairs.
And I've seen them burn through their nades. Here comes the push. Smoke goes up, tags there. Nasus is doing what I wanted to see, the bait. Shadow should be able to play off this.
I want to see him hop over the top into that window at the front. Shadow comes in behind for surprise. Shiv gets caught out. Scoom's the last man standing. He goes around the side and he gets him! Shadow goes huge for Vitality, and Reciprocity go down in 16th place.
That was so well played from the Vitality players in there. It was bloodthirsty from Reciprocity. They had, tunnel vision on. They wanted that. They wanted to clear it. They want to make an impression. Whatever the reason is, it's a little insane, and it did not pay off in the end. The smoke almost allowed them to make that play, but the individuals stood up to the test.
It was almost the right play as well, because they 3-man pushed it. Okay, we're going to go for the trade. We're going to get 3-man stack in there. But then they kind of pushed up and where the hell is the other guy? Like, they expected them all to be upstairs. They pushed in. Didn't even enter their minds there could be a guy on the floor below that's just been sat lying in wait for them and catches them off guard. Whoa. And now, well, Vitality, it's down to pick up the pieces because they're lacking in loot. The blue is about to be on their backs. Yes, it's only obviously phase 1 blue, but that has took them a long time. I just wonder... Everybody knows this fight is happening. I was talking to Squeaky and was saying, do any of you guys watch what's happening? Do you keep your eye on the kill feed? And said, early phase 1, everybody sees it. Everybody knows what's going on. And obviously with scrims, everybody is aware that Vitality and Reciprocity are fighting in a partner. I would not be surprised to see teams setting up camps to catch them out.
Yeah, it's easy pickings at that point. You're lower on your utility. Your armor potentially damaged. All of these things can be a huge factor going forward, so I wouldn't be surprised if eventually teams, when they feel more confident, or maybe they just want to try it out, this is the time to do it, you might see them punishing this.
There's some very close action between the CIS teams. Unity and M19 down on that southwest corner. TSM also looks like they're forced to go around the beachhead. Oh dear, he's come out of his vehicle. I think he's flipped it. What's he done? He's flipped it. Oh dear. He's flipped the UAZ. Jesus. I mean...
Oh, he's had a mess.
I mean, Froz gets a lot of abuse, right? But either Menox or Sigsy, why don't you just flip that UAZ in the PEL?
Oh, look at this as well. That is consistently going out towards the west. So the teams that went on the west coast earlier are probably quite happy about this. But this territory is really messy and so over. You've got the swamp in play, that sort of area. A little bit, I guess, actually the vast majority of the quarry as well still in play, a bit of Primorsk and the coast up the back of it. And ENCE are obviously still going to carry on, confirming what they were starting. Winstrike M19 very close by. Tixu is right on the edge of this house. He's by the car, but he does not succeed this time. Last time, Winstrike impressed me with those individuals. Really smart, very unorthodox play, pushing back and forth across that road. This time, not having the opportunity.
Dimash doing the work there, managing to lay down the damage, but you can see the third party comes in. Team Liquid got an eye on the prize. They see Constantine down, and now they're looking for Dimash, the new teammate of M19, former Jokers man. And Samty, look at the flank he's got. He's going for the angle. I don't think he's going to get there in time, though. But Ibi and Gemty, they're pushing the building regardless.
Yeah, big compound to fight for, and they know it. They're going to try and get this one at all costs. Get it out of the way, because you don't want to be held back here. That's the scary thing that this compound can do. There isn't much else in the way of these sort of buildings towards this side. So M19 have 2 players alive in the compound, but we know what Team Liquid are like. We know they love a bit of aggression, and if they can get away with it, if they see that opportunity even for an inch, they will just run it.
They have all the angles covered right now. Look, Samty down low behind, Ibi and Gemty holding the angle, and actually Jeems is just
Elite
off to
player.
the left-hand side as well. So they're all coming around the side. Like you say, M19, they've got cover fire coming in. They weren't all in that building. Elite players causing problems for Jeems, who was trying to flank around.
The problem is, in my mind, he's only got this side of the flank. So the angle we're looking at, he's got that. There you go. Brilliant shot of this. They've got this side of it. In theory, if they can swing someone over towards Samty's side, potentially, if they can keep that side of things, which I don't know if they can, that's a lot of ground to be going for. If Samty can go further around, they can get some big angles on it. But this is Team Liquid taking over territory, and third parties now for M19 are terrifying. There's a lot of eyes turning around to them, and it's Na'Vi.
Na'Vi from up on high, catching Wanderer and Elite player, and that's going to force them actually into Team Liquid. It's the only safe passage they can go is to go looking for the fight. Kemba taking the shots onto Raise Your Edge. They're down to 2, remember, after losing Sigzy and Menox early on. Samty does the damage on Wanderer. Ibi's nade will finish it off and get the knock down there. He's forced to crawl, but Jeems has been down and flushed by Dimash as M19 get one back in revenge.
Yeah, and look at Elite player. He pushed up as well. They knew their options were limited. They knew what they had to do to try and secure the others. They fought back, and Samty now caught out his own. That is so good from M19. They may have lost some players here, but this is the best option they had, other than just running away and hoping. So for them, they've taken the opportunity when it was there for them, but there's still Ibi and Gemty. That is not an easy prospect to get past. Spots a player. Ibi now needs to find the fight. Pre-fire on the corner, going to allow him to fall back, but they've lost out on territory here.
Yeah, and obviously this fight was forced upon M19. You know, it was Team Liquid that pushed it, Team Liquid that pressured it. M19 got shot in the back by Na'Vi and forced them to go for the fight. They're the ones coming out on top. Now it's even, 2 for 2. They've still got to get Samty back on his feet. Ibi finds Constantine, gets the angle, and now Dimash is the last man standing. M19, they were in a good spot, but Team Liquid, they know how to play those angles.
Yeah, that was the big thing. It's setting up those crossfires and trading so well for each other off the back of pulling attention.
I like this. Look
on
at
either
this.
side.
Ibi's containing Dimash here. He's just containing him because Gemty's actually resing his brother right now.
Oh, that is...
Okay.
Pokemon! That is all the way on Quarry. He found that shot. That's an absolute touch. Team Liquid, I think, can recover a little bit here with 3 players. Again, this is a very, very harsh circle. There's a couple of open fields still, but it's very, very defining. These areas are not easy to traverse. Vehicles are harder to use, especially around this swamp area. You can't get away with it so comfortably. People are very close by. The spray will be real. Your vehicles will be trashed by this point, or simply you've turned them over. So again, teams are going to have to be careful on where they position here, and teams are really spreading out. No one's really focused. Normally it's like, okay, most teams go on the southern side, east, west.
Yeah.
They're really hedging their bets.
ENCE once again, they're pushing. Is Trifoli just going to try and drive straight into Raise Your Edge? Okay. Well, that didn't work, did it? Chris, well, he got a bit of damage on him, but that really backfired. I'm questioning what was going on there with Trifoli, because they knew that the 2 players were there. They've already been shot at. They've already traded bullets, and yet he's still just trying to go for that ballsy player pushing straight in. Wookie, he's found himself to N24. This is the patch for him, isn't it, Wookie Bookie? And that's the first knock onto Unity. They're on that 2-2 split. Orange is completely on his own there. And it was a 3-1 split, yes, yeah, so he's going to have to actually get revived. So looks like Unity are sending Das Dish back there. So, okay, so he's going to go blast across. He's getting shot in the back. We're watching CrowCrowd. Don't know why, because he's getting shot in the back.
Senya. Couple of shots traded out with G2. Nothing to really... You might get a knock, potentially, but he's got a doozy there. Always going to be able to get a revive on this. Oh, it's like the shacks, but toilets.
It is literally...
It literally is.
It's literally outhouses right there.
Oh, so let's look at the compounds we have in play. Until that circle moves in, this should be a lot of posturing. Most teams should have position, apart from CrowCrowd there in the north, I guess, having to move into the south. G2 playing the edge, not surprising. There's a lot of posturing, there's a lot of shots, a lot of peacocking as such. The only thing I would say is you've got to look at players like Wookie, because potentially they can land those kind of, the one-shot potential on this. This is the only other fight that could have some legs to it, because ENCE chased. They did not sit back in the initial buildings. They've actually pushed this one.
Nade for nade. That's gone straight on, and that's caught 2 of them. Squeaky's the one that goes down. Mikes with next to nothing. And Chris's nade working wonders. The second follow-up will come in. Squeaky's got himself behind the tree. Rustamar caught out as well. What caught him? It was Fast Rail and Razor Edge, who lost the 2 to the flipped UAZ, are coming out on top against 4 ENCE members. And they're pushing it. They're pushing it.
This is brave. They've got the 2 knocks. That is there. Oh, the nade is so good from Fast Rail as well. ENCE went for the push. They got bottlenecked, and 2 players for Razor Edge just dismembered them. Now, let's look at the pressure towards the north. That's well out of the circle. That is Vitality's player keeping Set in check. He can't get away with that. This individual aggression is not working out. And I don't know what CrowCrowd are up to. Kemba's found Shadow, but Nasus should trade it, and he does. That's CrowCrowd gone. That was a very weird fight. But it has kind of shifted a little south, but not too much beyond the realms of capability and possibility for these teams. There's still room aplenty. There's plenty of cover on this side of the map.
Yeah, so the question is, right, where's NIP going? They're going to try and send it through. Team Liquid obviously have fought for this compound, and they're holding the benefits now as Winstrike also hold the other side of the swamp. Navi, they've spotted FaZe Clan coming in behind them. So FaZe Clan, they're trying to move across the quarry. G2 moving on to the flip side of TSM and Unity. There's Navi go looking for FaZe here. They've just spotted them down low, and now FaZe are in a tricky spot.
They certainly are, because look at Digital Athletics in the north. They can really apply pressure towards FaZe. So a lot of the angles they were looking to work in towards are now slightly compromised. So if they go further north, they're going to be in their eyesight. So again, it's a bit tricky. 8C could be the one to suffer, and 6mo, we know what he can do. Very capable player.
Maxi trying to get some sort of angle to buy a little time for his teammates. 8C's managed to get across, so it's a 2-2 for FaZe and Navi either side of the quarry. So see, fair fight, and as you mentioned, 6mo's back flank. Chris has an angle on TSM there. Sees Gustav at the shack in the smoke. Waiting to see if he can get anything from that one. The in-game leader trying to call it. Fast Rail's being caught out, and that's left Chris all alone because he's miles away from that fight. Yeah,
Chris is out in the blue right now, so he's not in a position to be doing much. The Knights just holding this northern side, playing very slow. They haven't moved up yet. A really lovely compound as well, so they're gonna, leave that eventually, but they want to take their time to ensure no one's gonna be sweeping further north on them, and maybe work towards where Drayden's currently sat.
NIP are pushing onto Winstrike. They've managed to just move around. I think that's going to be Timmy gone. NBS is going to flush him out. That leaves Winstrike down to 2 as well. G2 have just took a vehicle and gone around the back of TSM as well. So Brex going Kaint making that move. That's going to be Timmy going down, confirmed. TSM all in the car, trying to get out of there. Nuki also picked off. Winstrike down to 1 and gone as Gaxi catches Dorsky out, and NIP just finishing off what really everybody else has started. G2, meanwhile, they're starting to get aggressive on the western side. Oh, Nasus, that's not a position you want to be in, is it? Running, dodging across the field.
Such a horrible spot. The closer he gets, the closer to Digital Athletics they can see him. It's FaZe right now who can kind of get the angle on it, but it's that kind of leapfrog effect that as soon as they shoot, you're seeing Na'Vi there. But FaZe is pushed up. He's found that a bit of a low ground to work his way through, and the only downside of Quarry is literally the downside of the hill. You can creep up on that and potentially catch players out. But with the 2-2 split, they can at least keep both sides safe.
And with the position of Uber 8 team actually holding here, obviously they're looking at 6mo down low, but they are keeping everybody basically their heads down, which is buying FaZe the time to creep up. We'll see whether it works out for him. G2, meanwhile, you can see in the picture-in-picture there, they're trying to get aggressive.
Just found 6mo.
Continuing to trade. Bestalosh, okay, that's, I mean, they're on the quarry wall, and the quarry wall is the place still to be.
Oh my god, the teams in the west are so screwed right now. That is a big amount of open area. Yeah, it's got dips, it's got some little divots in it that maybe you could take, but you've got the vast majority of the teams now in such just awful area.
I mean, prime example, look, we know where Navi are. They were shooting M19, which is where Team Liquid is. That is outside the circle, so they have clear view of that. TSM, well, G2 just running straight into him there. Rory holding the close angle down low. G2 getting a little overconfident, I feel, there as they try to push through. Chris is still not done. Headshot onto Reels.
Yeah, Reels would be pretty pissed about that, I'm pretty sure. He's not happy that that's
and
just
the nade's going to finish as well.
Yeah, Chris is going for the nade.
Too far.
Too far, sadly for him. He's the one-man band. He's going to try and get points while he can. Gustav punishing NIP, still trying to force a way forward. Chris, another nade in hand, looking for potentially wanted up ahead. And they're putting a lot of resources in towards dealing with him, and they found him. That's going to alleviate all the pressure on their back so they can now work forward and potentially get the revive off, which will be lovely for them. Everyone now needs to find a way in. This is not easy. Every team in that western side is going towards Team Liquid.
Yeah, TSM have pushed up against the road side. It's going to be TSM, NIP, and TL. Well, Gemty's down, so that means Gex is going to push in and flush that one out, but TSM are covering him off. They're going to get the shots across. NIP have got all 4 members back on their feet, but for how long? Not very long. Vard goes down, Rory finds him. G2 backed away from this fight, so they're going down south. They're getting absolutely lit up by Na'Vi. They're charging straight towards him. Brexco coming in with Chris on the bike.
I actually really like this. Now, G2 is dangerous because of nades, don't get me wrong, but they can occlude the vision from Na'Vi on this edge, and no one else can play that side. No one can be behind them. That's a really nice way of approaching it to deny vision. If they can hold on to this, they're fine. Maybe not Udyr, he might be done for. But the problem in the north, the problem in the fight that's happening here, it's necessary, but they're going to be so late on getting the circle. It'll be so broken, the blue is going to be damaging them. It's going to be easy pickings. Smart play from the individuals. You've got Samty in the circle, now you've got one of the Unity players in the circle trying to provide that fallback plan. And that's all they can do right now.
FaZe making a move maybe on Na'Vi. We'll keep our eye on the minimap to see when that happens. It's NIP that are moving up on Ibi right now, holding that small angle, hopping up in the stairs, trying to keep himself on top of the cupboard. I believe he gets around the side and he was on the windowsill. So go for the little underhand. That will confirm it. There's no way you're going to stop that one, taking him down. As I say, that didn't actually manage to land, but it will in a second. Gaxi actually was stolen away. Stolen away. I think Drayden nicked it.
Well, if Ibi can get out, this will be an absolute
He's got
miracle.
Miracle down as well.
I think so. You're seeing the third parties
Ibi
absolutely
hasn't
everywhere.
gone. NIP are flushed.
This is... And now, how has Ibi gone out of this potentially?
It's smoke there. The smoke there. He's opening him out.
Down.
Oh, he's gone now.
Down.
Okay, there we go. But Na'Vi are benefiting from this. Obviously, they're still holding the wall of the quarry. FaZe Clan, they're basically protected by Na'Vi right now, as Na'Vi will be the ones picking up the points as they can try and get involved in this third party. TSM still with 3 alive, trying to do what they can to collect as much as they can as they have to push into this open field.
Yeah, this is horrible again. All the teams in the north, in the west are going to be struggling and literally overview from any team that was in the quarry early. TSM are taking their fights now. They know they need to invest into this one, get this side on their side, so hopefully they can build a way forward. Good work from Gustav. Nice combination towards Nuck. That's going to at least get them a way forward. They can keep pushing this one. It's pulled the rest of the Knights back. They're falling back on this one. I don't know what they're up to, but now TSM could punish this.
FaZe still just trying to find a way to go. That nade's going to find its mark.
Rory.
It comes through. It's nades back and forth between TSM and the Knights. Mutually assured destruction is what's happening here as Wookie pushes with Michael. He's got Gustav to the left of him as well as they all try and push up on towards Drayden. That nade's going to flash up by. Catches Wookie, but Drayden's down by Gustav, and that leaves Wanted, the last man standing. He has eyes on them. They line up for him. He gets one. Can he get the second? No! Gustav will take him down. Gustav the flanker, and he's going to have to leave Michael as well because the blue is pushing them, and they still got a lot of work to do to get in towards that zone.
Wookie's about to see Samty as well. This could be a shot to the back of the head any second now, but look, there's a third party. It's a third party coming around. Unity just saved him. He's going to be able to turn and know there's a player there. This is insane. TSM still have the 2 players standing. Wookie Boogie is still alive. Gustav is still alive. Samty is holding somehow in this situation, but look at TSM. They've got all the attention that was on Samty a second ago.
And he's tossing nades at TSM as well. Sadie spotted Chris. He's the last member of G2 down low. Samty does find Wookie with one of those nades. So now Gustav, the last man standing for TSM, forced to go out into the fields of north side. Chris spotted continuing. Senya's going to try and find him. He's got Blaston right in front of him as well. So I don't think he's going to get away from this one. Looks like Unity will be the ones that will catch him out as Chris continues to scurry around the edge of the circle.
Yeah, that is Samty's swamp. He will not allow players away from it. Fuzzface has been gifted a crate, but the southern side is not without danger. FaZe are the last line on it, but there's still Na'Vi, Unity, Digital Athletics. They were able to kind of stem the fighting, quell the beast that was brewing for a little while, just purely because the circle kind of kept them from having to make moves. But Na'Vi taking their time on this could catch out Unity. And oh, there it is, a doozy. Living up to the name, delivering those bullets, but can he get it? Yes, he can. Big points being racked up this time for Na'Vi.
And I was just about to say I'm impressed that Unity have kept 4 alive at this point, but as soon as they lose the player straight away. Right, now FaZe, it's their turn to actually do something. The circles continue to force them away. If they're not careful, they're going to be left on the floor of the quarry. They have to now put the pressure onto the backside of Na'Vi, who are up to 8 kills and counting, have them dead to rights, it seems.
Oh, ENCE's position just found Bestalot. You can see it there in the corner. That's going to start working down the Na'Vi hold. They've been holding that line, but with that little bit of a chip in the armor, a little bit of a weakness shown, you're going to see the rest of the team striking. Aduzi has no idea how close FaZe and Uber currently are. The nades are going to come in shortly, I can imagine, as they creep ever closer here. Look at Uber taking his time. Tag comes in, it's time to go, but he spots out another. Senya goes down, Uber finds him, but where is Aduzi? Can he stay alive, or is it just too many players close by?
Great cover fire from FaZe Clan, but Aduzi goes one. Can he get the second? No, FaZe will strike M249. That's what he got from the crate, and that's what's worked out well for FaZe Clan. They're going to confirm the kills. They've obviously been sitting quietly, letting Na'Vi do the work for them, and now it's their turn to take control of the hill. But have they left it too late? Are Unity going to get up there first?
There has been a revive from the remaining Na'Vi players as well. Pokemon Molodoy and Bestalot are still alive. Unity have 3. G2 have Chris, the forever snake at this point. Digital Athletics actually not in a bad spot either. Out in the east, so a little bit awkward territory, but look who's just arrived. Orange just went up and took the fight here with Na'Vi still in the same area. What is going on?
Goes for the peak. Good Team Liquid and TSM. Oh, Samti's got Gustav spotted. That's down in the picture-in-picture while the nades go back and forward. ENCE's going to get flushed out, I think, with these nades. Samti goes for the shots, meanwhile down low. Tries to catch him. Gustav will heal up. Bestalot caught out by the nades from Unity. As now Mexi comes in to try and get the revive, but he takes a shot. I think it's Digital Athletics, actually, that caught him in the back there as he tries to get ENCE back on his feet.
Yeah, this is that 1v1. The problem is that Samti is currently in the circle, but Gustav with that tag is going to go. The smoke is covering Samti, but only so long. He got an angle. He jumped a
straight
spot.
down.
I'm pretty sure he just jumped a spot on getting that kill. So
yeah.
Placement, I guess, is something, but this southern fight, this ridgeline, is just strewn with bodies now. You still have FaZe slowly working forward, but they have safety of the back, right? No one can sneak past them right now. No one's getting into the flanks. That's nice. But that circle, if it moves away from them, which it doesn't completely, is going to be the issue.
No helmet on Uber. FaZe, of course, with the tier 3. Now the circle continues to give them that advantage. Now he's still with the 2 inside. Digital Athletics still staying quiet down low. You can see Beautiful Death and Mert both down there with Pokemon Molodoy, Bestalot on the high ground. Unity looking to try and find something. FaZe have regrouped. They've took the 3 over there. FaZe will do the same in a moment. And let's not forget about Chris. Chris is the one that's in trouble now. Likely to be a 5th place for him as he needs to make the move, and Unity is still well aware of the fact that Chris is back there.
10 seconds. This is about to get very, very tense. FaZe needs to play this slow to ensure no snakes. That's his game plan right now. Bestalot is just waiting for anyone to cross, which potentially Unity might, but it's no man's land in the north. So everyone knows it's on this southern side of the hill. There's rocks, there's really awkward terrain, so you could have so many players just kind of hidden away, which is exactly what's happening.
Chris is working his way in. It's Unity that will likely spot him, unless FaZe goes for an extended peek, which I very much doubt. Bestalot, you can see without a helmet there. Looks like he went out of vest as well, was he? That looked like it. Chris is just snaking his way in to the backside of Blaston. Well, we've seen 2 games so far where those solo players can make a huge difference. Chris is certainly capable. We know that. An absolute beast of a player.
Now, this is the thing. You look at the terrain, it's got verticality now. You have potentially 4 different levels that can all house players. Obviously, being on the top of it, the pros and cons. 1, you get to look down and have kind of pick of the bunch, but you're also just exposing your head. And players of this caliber will punish that. So for FaZe, it looks like they've got the great position, but it can all crumble so easily. Yeah. That's a scary one. Everyone knows it.
And more importantly, they are on the far edge of it.
Correct.
Whereas Na'Vi are going to have that little down-looking position. They are clearly visible if they come around, but they're also going to see you. So now FaZe realize they're going to make the move, and look at this push already on the western side. First FaZe we're seeing, he's kind of going for that middle angle, but it's Mexi and ENCE that are coming around the side of Digital Athletics.
Yeah, they've split the attention. They're going to try and do what they can here, just try and hedge their bets. They have very little utility left. They have used all their smokes for this play so far. They do not know how far away Na'Vi moved, and Na'Vi lay in wait. That is their plan. They're going to try and do whatever damage they can. ENCE holds the smokes, holds the cards, and potentially the way forward. Pokemon always the first to fall, but it's going to be alarm bells ringing for Bestalot. He knows he is the last standing man for Na'Vi.
So they're smoking their way away from Unity. They're well aware of Unity's position, but it's Na'Vi, as you mentioned, they're going looking for it. Bestlosh probably going to get seen by Mexi in a second. As he looks, but actually he's distracted because Digital Athletics pull their attention. That might give Bestlosh his chance to go for the kill. You can see Mexi cooking that nade up. Sees the little underhand go down. Doesn't manage to find him, but he is dead to rights if Bestlosh chooses to go for it. Real patient, disciplined stuff here from Bestlosh. He knows there's 11 alive still in this final phase.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nuts. Once this explodes, it's going to go absolutely wild. 80 going to get what he can from the body. You can see no helmet on him. Bestlosh might have just missed his opportunity there, and he's going to hear FaZe above. He knows the steps are nearby. Oh, he's missed the chance. And the nade comes through as well. The trades go back and forth. Mert's nade did
Unity is spotted.
And indeed, Unity have been spotted from the other two sides from FaZe. They're taking every fight here, Lee.
But look at Chris. Chris is still sneaking around down there. He could cause so many problems for them. FaZe, of course, with M249 down low, can just absolutely keep someone suppressed and pinned down there, which is what he's doing with that. You can see the blue. The blue is pushing him, and he can just suppress him fire now. Just keep him in position. Orange Snow gets flushed down. There's nothing you can do, and there's an M249 up on high. Chris is still in there, remember, down low along with Digital Athletics.
3 teams stand, 6 players. Chris could be the death of so many here. So many ideas to this. Chris, he finally strikes. He's taking the tag, but he can't get the frag. He goes down. We're down to 2 teams, 5 players. A beautiful death stands, but with only 19 HP, FaZe have held the ground. It looks like they might just hold the game. No time to heal. You can know he's just sitting there wishing he could go for it. But that sound, that giveaway, Uber would strike in a second. And FaZe moments away here. And there it is. FaZe to secure it. And that was great play from FaZe in the end.